Good morning. So here's day 3. I was gonna continue talking on about Rudy this morning, but something happened at work yesterday that I thought, I have no set schedule. I have no set plan. So that's what I'm gonna talk about. And excuse my coffee. What I want to talk about this morning is scars. My theory on scars is if you have no scars, you've had no life. Okay, that's just the way I see it. I have a lot of scars. I have a multitude of scars. Not just physically, but in my head and my heart. But the thing is that if I didn't have some of my scars, that would mean I wouldn't be here. Because some of my scars saved my life. Some of my scars, it's because I loved. I loved deeply. And that's one of the things I do. There's very few people I can say that I dislike. There's people I don't necessarily want to be around. But I pretty much can find something to like about everybody. I mean, when I first started my job here and previously at other jobs, I worked in call centers. And I had one friend that would tell me, she'd start laughing at me, and she'd say, I'd tell her, what are you laughing at me for? And she goes, because I think you can find something in common with anybody. Well, I told her, I said, yeah, I can. I said, we're all human. You start from there and you work your way up. You can find something in common with almost everybody. I don't care if they're homeless. I don't care if they're super, super rich. I don't care. We all do some things alike, and we all bleed the same. So, we're all born and we all die, and those are all common factors in humanity. And I think I put a little bit too much primer on, sorry. So anyway, we were talking about scars, and I have one that my grandkids love because it goes all the way down my stomach, and I don't have a belly button. So my grandkids think that is awesome that grandma doesn't have a belly button. And it doesn't bother me. Your belly button serves a purpose, whether you're a man or a woman. For a woman, it's how she feeds a child in utero and keeps them alive. And for a man, it's how they were hooked up to their mama. So, I don't need it anymore. I stopped that a long time ago. I did my part for society and created these 3 beautiful human beings who I'm blessed to call my children. But I have a lot of scars. Some scars are common with people, like appendicitis or gallbladder, and I just happen to have really big scars from those because I had some really poor surgeries. And so, but it's okay. It all worked out in the end, and that's all that matters, right? So, I have scars from many different surgeries. I have scars from tears, and, you'll often see I have red things on my arm. That's because I'm on steroids quite often, most every day, really, because of my breathing issues. And so I have the skin of an 80-year-old, and it tears very easily, and people joke about wrapping me in bubble wrap. I'm one of those people because I'm not a klutz, really, although everybody says I am. Really what it is I'm an accident waiting to happen. Not very rarely is it my fault. It's like my broken leg last year. It was my friend's dog and we decided we wanted to go out at the same time, and didn't work. So there you go. Anyway, scars. They I've had some really awesome relationships in my life. I still do. But I've had some bad ones too. I've had abuse in my life. I've had all sorts of things, and those, physically, a lot of scars can fix. It's the mental ones that take time. And that's, hopefully something that if you deal with that you seek out help. I've been to counseling for different things several different times. I take my happy pills every day. There's nothing wrong with that. It keeps me from, I'm certainly not a depressed person. It's not in my nature. It never has been. I usually let things roll off my back, but there's some things in life, like losing my child, losing my parents, my late husband, things like that leave permanent damage. And it just means that I loved very, very well, and was loved well. And so, sometimes there's some scars that or some damages that you need to seek help for. When Rudy passed away, that was a biggie, and I went to counseling a couple of times, once by myself and once with my oldest granddaughter, who's super, super close to her Uncle Rudy, because they both lived with me at different times. And we went to a fabulous place that dealt with grief. And, they don't let you go until you've been 3 months out, because you don't know how to deal with it. You don't know what you want to do. You don't know how to cope until at least that amount of time. And still then, it's been 4 years. There's days that I still don't know how to cope. But that's all okay. Scars are really an amazing thing. I'm not ashamed of my scars. I'm not embarrassed of my scars. If it weren't for my weight, I would wear 2-piece bathing suits or whatever and not worry about showing off my scars. And so it doesn't bother me. And I think people with scars are beautiful. They have a story to tell. That's the thing, is they have a story. If you have no scars, do you have a story? I mean, not that you don't have a beautiful life and things, but do you have a story? I've got lots of stories. And I love to tell them. I love to tell my stories. And if they help somebody, that's even better. I don't have a problem telling my story. And I'm hoping that you want to listen to it. And I'm hoping that my biggest hope is that there's somebody out there that needs to hear my story. That it's going to help them in some way. That it will show them that, hey, somebody else did it. I can do it too. And reach out to me if you need somebody to talk to about scars or, faith or whatever. My big thing is, I am by far your standard religious person. it's not me. I don't go to church. I was raised in the church, force-fed the church, and I loved my church growing up. I did. I was very active in my church, but I don't live where my church is, or I probably would go there. Other churches I've tried, they they just weren't what I needed. I've had one other church that provided me what I needed, and I don't live there anymore either. So, but I have a very deep faith. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I firmly believe that I would not be here if it were not for my faith. I just love this. It's so pretty. Sorry. I just think you have to have something that you believe in, whether it's, whatever higher power. One of my best friends is she likes to say she's an atheist. She's one of the kindest, most generous, loving people I know. So I don't think that you have to proclaim a faith. You don't have to proclaim, I think she believes in goodness, and that's her higher power, and she believes in doing the right thing, and that's her higher power. And, I think that works for some people. I have mine and you have yours, and, that's okay. Whatever works for you to get you through the day, that's all that matters. As you can tell, I'm doing my makeup very simply today. Anyway, if you want to talk about scars and your inner scars, your external scars, I gladly will tell you all the stuff about my stomach issues if you've experienced anything like that. Just whatever. I'm here. And my granddaughter watched my video yesterday. She said, "Grandma, we need to get my camera going for you." So hopefully we'll have a better quality of video for you coming up soon. I am still so new at this, and I don't know how to share links. I don't know how to do all that stuff. But I watched a video yesterday she's absolutely one of my top 5 people on YouTube. And I wish I knew how to share her link, but she goes by rawbeautykristi, and I highly recommend that you watch her video from yesterday. She is an amazing human being. She suffers from some health issues, and she gets out there and she's just amazing. And I really highly recommend her YouTube channel. She's just awesome. You tell her I sent you. It's okay. But remember, it's rawbeautykristi, and she's great. And please know that I'm here. Please know that if you have something you want to talk about, I'm here. They call me Grandma Leslie at work, and Mama Leslie, and hopefully that's the nice names I hear. But please feel free. Please talk to me if you need me. I'm here. And I will talk to you later. Bye.